lot of the UK scene right now, they're getting it confused with the fact of being real. Like they're feeling that being real is like having to
talk very bad man lyric, and you understand?
Man was in a bashy yard with a one mic and just a bashy thing, and man was like, yeah, we're living lavish, we're living lavish.
Man's living at home with their mum, rapping about Bentleys and chains, trying to do what Jay-Z does better than Jay-Z does it.
You doing all your stuff, trying to make them videos of all them semi-naked birds that you don't even know. He's not gonna make it.
Straight away, it just kind of makes you, it just puts you off.
It's never gonna work, you understand? We gotta do what we know.
Everyone just repping their block. That's all you can do is rep your block and rep you. Don't try and do anything else but that, and you'll go places.
If you're not really doing them things, then boy, you're just lying to yourself. If all you do all day is check girl and play football, then write lyrics about checking girl and playing football.
If you're living from a good home, or maybe at home and your phone's blocked, you're seeing the girls, them, they want the older guys who've got the mopeds and the cars. Spit about that, because what you find is that that's your reality, and other people can relate to that too, because that's their reality too.
Right now, I don't see nobody in England pushing 100 million, you understand? And until I see that, I don't want to hear no one rapping about I'm bathing and rare, you understand? Because man's got 100 grand talking about, yeah, I've made it. You ain't made it, bro, you understand? If you got Puffy money or Jay-Z money or even 10 million, you can start rapping like, yeah, he's made it.
That's not how you live, you know what I mean there? So if you want to carry on buying into that, then you can buy into that dream. That's just a dream. Us man are repping where you live.
We ain't living that right now. We're where New York was 10 years ago, you understand? And that's, the music should reflect that.
I think a lot of people ain't analysing what we like over here. The American man come over here, do shows and flop. You know what I mean? We listen to the music, we respect their shit and rah. But when you come raving, I think for us over here, man, it's got to be popping off in the wave. The tune's got to be popping off. You can't be longing it out with the tune playing rubbish tune on the, you know what I mean? That vibe. But when we go out to raving, I think that's what, I personally think that's what we want on a CD or on an album or that we want to buy into.
I've been over here for a minute. And I see a lot of MCs and they all cool, but nobody knows each other, nobody goes outside of their limits. It's a lot of local cats, and they need to take that and come together, you know what I'm saying, unite and move forward.
American can do this whole flossy thing because there's so much black people earning money. It's reflective of that situation. It's not reflective of our situation right now. I don't know no one who's making money like that. And if you do, please introduce me. You understand? So
don't try to be like an American artist. Y'all British, y'all from England. Be English. You know what I mean? It's struggles out here that y'all can talk about. Don't try to be like us. It's alright, we started the music, but take it and do your own style to it, make your own form, and we'll feel that more. Cause we don't want to hear nobody from out here sounding like us out there, because there's enough people out there sounding like us.
This is not really even rap again. Like rap was birthed there. Rap music comes from New York. It doesn't come from England. So what we do is our interpretation of. Man, forget that and remember that.
I can't relate to you brothers. What that you're spitting by in the rap, yeah, tell me you live this. What I'm trying to explain to you, keeping chambers and max, them are changing their jackets, tailors are changing on fabrics. No one in the game that can match us. Street dreams, bruv, my first advance in a mattress, dog. Tell me where I go from here, but it took my flow a long time ago. So tell me where I flow from here, and I know that I can grow from here.
Hip hop is big all over the world, except for the UK. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Hip hop is that powerful. The word is that powerful. Spoken word is powerful. People need to recognize that. They need to come together and start making moves. You know what I'm saying? As a crew, you know, as a family, as a mob, whatever you want to call it, as gangsters, whatever. Do what you got to do. Because I know people is hungry for the game. It's just that there's not really a lot of opportunities over here, and people are so tight knit with the connects that they do have. They don't want to give them up. You know what I'm saying? So they too busy like, nah, man, I can't do nothing for you because I gotta do blah blah yada yada whatever, and they wind up doing nothing.
That's how we live our life. We don't like to support each other.
I'm not being that cliche shit about, oh, you support the UK, yeah. Because if you're whack, you're whack. I don't care if you're from the UK, yeah.
Anything I rap about is the truth. Anything I talk about is the truth. And the truth is, black people, especially in this country, we look at everything that comes from everywhere else like it's bigger and better than what we do. And we don't like to stick together. We don't. But eventually, if we don't, we're gonna die. You understand? The only way to be successful is, like I said, you don't have to love everyone. If someone's not part of your team and you're not feeling them, cool. But the only way for us to build a scene and build anything is with unity.
When you see a man like Kalashnikov and them man, they're doing their thing, go and buy the man's thing, you know. Go and buy the man's thing, you know. When you see Black Twang and them man, they're doing their thing, go and buy the man's thing, you know. Because it's really have to support. If you don't support one another, how you expect to even go somewhere? I met something up, I do something. Support one another, brother.
All you gotta do is look at on another level, like the Asian community, the Chinese community. You think all of them men they get on? No, they don't get on. Certain mans might actually be in beef with each other, but as a community they put their money together and they do certain things, which is why you got Chinatown. Which is why the Asian people that own the shops in Harlesden, Stratton Road and Brixton live in Perryville and Ealing, and then they don't live in Harlesden and Brixton and wherever, they live in Perryville.
You don't support each other, you can't grow in the UK. You can't grow if man don't support each other, you get me?
Hey, you ain't gangster when you hear that sound. When beats here, I'm around, you know where to be found. I have you dressed in dirt and wearing the ground. When I bury you somewhere in the ground, and that's gangster.
So I think it's very important to collabo. That's why it was sincere. We made this track and I'm gonna take that back to America, let that bang over here. And motherfuckers are hear that shit all over the radio and all over the mixtapes. I'm like, okay, he from London, he can just America, like especially in my hood in New York, they have no idea how big the hip hop scene is over there.
You're not a gangster, so don't chat gangster before you get gun butt down and shanked up, shot slammed up, hoodie over the face in case foes cammed up. You can call me killer.
We need unity over here, so I'm starting my own record company as well, and I'm working with different MCs from Southampton to Liverpool to Birmingham to Wales, just trying to put it down, and I'm releasing my mixtape as well in a couple of weeks, so you know, just trying to hold it down and do things. I see, you know, brothers trying to do something correct, so I'm just, you know, jumping on the bandwagon so everybody can move together. You know, fists is more powerful than some fingers, you know what I'm saying? And people need to recognize that.
Back in 1994, Skibber came through the door. 1 year later, he was greater. Dropped you born like an earthquake. So many years I run the caper, raver. Yeah, I know you got my taper. Bear man, they're trying to duplicate you later. I'm the one that makes the paper.
I know enough of the hip hop man are playing abroad and stuff like that. I think what it is, the way with the drum and bass scene have done it, man. The whole scene has been so unified with man them backing each other's shit up. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you hear Andy C, he owns his own big record label, whatever, but he's playing Hype tune, he's playing Shy FX's tune, he's playing his tune, he's playing his own boy's tune, he's playing a new tune with Skibber on it, he's playing a new tune with that MC on it. Supporting all the mans then.
UK music will only go further if the UK people come together and think, for once, I'm gonna support my people them, you know the way there. Let's make him have some money. You know the way they're not thinking like, oh, about them next guys that they're buying all their albums. You don't even see them ever, but you're buying their albums, listening to them, learning word for word. Only see them when they go concerts and you gotta pay like £25 tickets, yeah, just to hear your CD, yeah, and you don't wanna support the British things.
If we all support each other's shit, then that's it, innit? We're generating currency in our industry, innit? So the industry out there will have to recognise us, innit? Because there'll be something going on that they ain't got a part of, and they'll see that there's money to be made.
You have to keep it, trust me, if you keep it here, and we can go there, innit? Because we'll go as a unit.
We're looking to like be promoting raves, putting out CDs, putting out DVDs, working with other people, do you know what I mean? Internet, the whole shebang, man. It doesn't stop, man. That's the way I see it.
A lot of tracks that labels ain't ready to put out there, or a lot of tracks that maybe on the U channel not getting as much airplay as they should be, or some man who maybe got the vinyl printed and the CDs because they got the money to do it, but nobody hasn't got the business sense or direction to push that. Yeah, I'm putting a compilation of that together and everything, and that I'll be pushing that person in the right direction.
So the vision that we got with Robe and In the Streets Entertainment is like, all the niggas are out there on the grind who wanna get through in the music thing, let's all get together in it. Because there's a lot of doors opening for man now, like Channel U, No Bling, etc, 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 etc. You get me? So we can generate our own industry in the streets, innit? We can generate our own currency. Like, we all got mixtapes. Every rapper I know has got a mixtape.
And that mixtape shit in America, man, that shit is pretty much like, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say dead, but it's real hard for somebody off the street to get on a mixtape. You either gotta be somebody's brother, or have mad money, or the DJ himself is putting you out or something, or you the DJ's artist. Well, now you're not gonna get on mixtape. Fight Club is the only platform where you could come and just be nice and get on. You know what I mean? And next day you got Hot 97 talking about you, MTV talking about you, VH1 talking about you. You know what I'm saying? So BT talking about you. That's the only venue right now in America that we got.
If you're serious with this shit and you really wanna blow, and you really wanna have a career in this industry, then love it, live it. Become the face of what you're doing. Don't just sell a record. Go around places, express yourself. Be real with it. If you ain't hype about your shit, how the fuck you expect anybody else to be hype about it? If you ain't live about your material, how can you expect anybody else to get live about your material? That's why I love all these street cats that are out there, the youths that are coming out now. They're very proud and they're very aggressive with their own marketing strategies. And they're the best strategies. The industry doesn't really know how to market us, so we have to market ourselves.
You can't wait around like for a record company to do this, to do that. You get me? You be waiting forever, man. You really got to do it yourself. Just like the man them on Channel U, they're doing it themselves. All them videos, you think record companies paying for it? They have to do it themselves. You know what I mean? No one's gonna recognize them. You've gone to record companies loads of times, sat down with the A&R, and they tell you a lot of bullshit in your ears. Yeah, it's all right, but yeah, all right, then bring it back and blah, 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 and they lock off their phone, you're trying to phone them. So the man just say, yeah, all right, then we do it ourselves.
If you're real, grab on, taking niggas with me, but hold on tight, because we're moving real swiftly. And that's what it's all about. We're getting there doing what we're doing. But if you're real and you got something we can help you, approach a nigga. A nigga ain't unapproachable. Understand? A nigga ain't on no bougie thing. Man, them like, when we get our distribution done, we do what we're doing. If anyone needs pointers or needs help, and I say this to the man them if you're watching the thing, if you need any guidance, like helps with videos, the links I've got for everything. You understand? It's all about everybody eating and everyone coming through.
See like Dirty South.
Yeah.
Before we never heard of Dirty South, but their industry grew. They bought their own records and they got so big that New York had to bring them in. Yeah. Now they're worldwide.
When the West Coast man them come out, when they first come out, everyone was like, what the fuck is this? You understand? And then eventually, because that shit was original and it's different, there came a stage where New York, which is the birthplace of hip hop, didn't even matter. For like a 4 or 5 year period, it was all about Snoop, Dre, NWA, etc., who were not from the Bronx, which is where hip hop started.
It's the same thing with London. If we can have our own kind of vibe to it, we can come through as a unit and get to the point where we're buying our own records and we're surviving off our own industry. Man ain't gonna have to go to work. Man is living to do hip hop.
But if you maintain no originality and no sense of where you come from, then how's anyone gonna take you serious?
With a lot of stuff in general, there's just a lack of originality. In a lot of things, there's a lot of color fashion. In a lot of, with the drum and bass, with the garage, with the hip hop, with everything, bro. There's just whatever the so-called man at the top is doing, everybody does.
If you are original and your shit is correct, you can take over. Because LA might as well be another country, man. They don't dress the same, they don't talk the same, they don't walk the same, they don't think the same. And because they brought something original and creative to hip hop, they took over for a minute. And I feel like if we bring that, we can do the same thing.
Right now in America is all about money. Y'all still got the real genuine love for hip hop. And if y'all can keep that, man, it's a beautiful thing. And like, y'all more conscious than us. And I know Americans probably gonna be mad at me for saying that, but it's the truth. They way more conscious, man. They don't got that slave mentality out here, man.
If you really check it out, sometimes them man ain't saying nothing that we ain't saying. Like, we live the same lives, you know what I mean? It's like, a lot of them are lying as well. You know what I mean? They're lying, but they just think because it's American, like, you must believe it, like, you know what I mean? It's the hype. Yeah, it's the hype.
My heart's telling me, do it, my head's telling me, fuck it, my dick's telling me, screw it, my gat's telling me, bust it, the split told me to bill it, the clip told me to fill it. Film it, film it, film it, film it, film it. No long thing, P, empty the clip and kill it, but something's telling me allow it. What can I do about it? Cook revenge and I serve that call if you want it. If it's tonight, then I'm on it. Look in my eyes as a promise. I know what I'm about to do, it ain't right, but I'm honest. I'm being real to myself and there ain't nothing about it. I'm trying to grow my juice proper, but this well I don't love it. Stress on my shoulders again and I shrug it. Money told me to get it, don't let go when I make it. The half a box of them yours and it begged me to take it. Do or die so I took it. Break laws every day, rude boy, subconsciously crooked. Fuck court, jump bill, used to jail, forget it. Blank it out, don't think about it, how can I fret it?
UK hip hop at the moment is what it has been for the last sort of 10 years or so. It's been a lot more melancholic and it's usually a lot slower and a lot deeper.
This whole Crystal City idea, we wanted to make people enjoy our music, so when they're out in a party, whatever, we make their head rock, so you get me, like.
What me and Gaines are trying to do predominantly is to try and get some more active, energetic stuff together.
Where we're going with this, we're trying to get the production up to the standard of American quality, yeah, but with like the English accent, do you know what I mean? So it's still British music, but it's on a par where we can put our tune and say, yeah, you know what I mean, that can stand up next to the Americans or whatever, you get me? Got to bring the standard up.
And I feel a lot of the production that's coming over. I feel there's some fresh beats over here. I feel that the way man's approaching, like just spitting over him, it's just so floor to the floor. You understand? Standard rap, get a few little punchlines here and there. It's cool. You understand what I'm saying? But no one's really being a bit more adventurous, and I think those adventurous things could hopefully turn into big tracks, man.
You have to make sure that the artist, though, is a character in himself, so that he can gel with the people. Because sometimes an artist is not a character, and he's just like, and it's hard to people to see into him and want to buy him.
You know, when you hear a lot of guys rap, I think it's missing some kind of confidence, and I think the confidence is in the character. There's a lot of bullshit that's going, a lot of rah, this and that, rah. But the way it's coming across and the way it's being delivered is not hard enough, it's not punchy enough.
We're just trying to come with the realness. It's like, we're not coming with no gangster, no thug thing. It's just rapping real, bro.
I didn't want to come out until I'm feeling that I'm being 100% me. It took time to find myself. Do you understand what I'm saying? As a person and how I'm going to come out, because I cannot be a gangster figure when I'm not a gangster figure, you understand what I'm saying? So and it's so easy when you rap about your life, and now I just rap about what I do. It just comes across easy, and I'm the person who I am.
Some people sound a bit American, some people sound a bit Cockney-ish, and sometimes you might sound a Cockney, but you're not pulling it off. You know, or what? Sometimes you sound American, but you're not pulling it off. Whatever it is, man ain't taking time out to define how they're projecting themselves. Probably Rodney P's got his own sound, man. Rhythm, I don't know, he's just got his own shit. His character is locked
from day one.
And from day one, and it's just there. I think that's been a big problem over here. You know what I mean? Hooks. As I said, over the last couple of years, I've been hearing some nice couple of things. Mans are coming through, mans are tightening up their shit. But for the amount of music that's being made, you know what I mean? For the amount of mans that's actually repping it over here, there's not enough fresh hooky shit.
My bars are heavy, they shine like a bezzy, I'm messy. Sitel, skit, spoon, shem and sauce, I'm ready. In this rap game, I'm known to battle with anything in my pad and they're buried. Illmill will always be heavy, yeah, it's hot property mill. Still speaking with skill, still out there on the road riding for real. I'm trying to get us a deal, I'm trying to make us some meals. But if it doesn't work, it's back to the road for real.
Hip hop's from America, brothers from England doing hip hop, it's all gravy, understand? The thing with garage, it's made from England.
Our UK hip hop and garage is like two things, and the difference between both of them is that obviously in UK hip hop, some people they try and be American. In garage, they all try and be in English.
The hip hop thing, man, never even thought, boy, man, would ever be able to get into that because it's an American thing. As a youth, you listen to it, think, yeah, that's heavy, but you don't really think about trying to get into that shit.
When I see UK people doing in that scene doing English, it draws me towards them.
There's a lot of people out there that are jumping on this hip hop bandwagon thing, and that's good for them, you get me? Personally, I feel that if we're gonna go UK, it's gotta be a garage thing.
For me, when the jungle thing came, it was like, right, this is heavy, and you know what, man can actually get into it, because it's UK.
And with jungle, there was either jungle or drum and bass. Up to this day, I don't know the difference. Maybe I might be stupid, which I very much that, but I just don't know.
When you really listen to how men are rapping on garage, it's just fast hip hop, really. They're rapping about the same kind of things to an extent.
You can get nice sweet garage commercial, you can get sub-low, and then obviously in between, you see what I'm trying to say? So it's a big umbrella of garage.
House and garage, what I used to rave to, how I got into it in the first place was like it was soulful and it was slightly different. And then when they pushed us into a corner because we was making darker garage, that garage became grime.
Grime, sub-low, no, Titch don't do no sub-low. I know what sub-low is.
The term the media is using now officially is grime. I don't know why, because I hate that name, it's disgusting. Yeah, but I just go with it anyway. Yeah, and the beats are grimy too.
Garage, it's limited because it's all one tempo and it's all one speed and one style. Whereas hip hop is the fast thing, the slow thing, and everything in between. Which is why a lot of them are gonna leave the garage thing and come to the hip hop thing because it gives more of a variety and therefore there's more of a market for it.
Even though they got hip hop and rap, still not really understanding that bit as well. Even though the hip hop has more got R&B with it, so I can just nearly maybe understand the difference. And rap is just hardcore rap and freestyling. Yeah. I get that bit. But there's only two.
Certain man have to stay on that garage thing. Trust me, in the little garage segment, there's a couple hip hoppers or bashy man them in there, you get me? But then there's the garage segment. In the garage, if you know what I'm trying to say, it's just jokes.
We call it garage, but it's anything, it's just music, yeah? Garage is just a label.
putting bare different names on it don't help it much neither as well, because it won't make it strong. Hip hop is just hip hop.
People do get confused. People don't know what it is. You know what I mean? First it was garage and now they've moved on to garage. So they haven't really identified what it actually is, what kind of music it is, because I don't even know. You know what I mean? People just buying it. Some people call it grime, some people call it sub-low, some people call it two-step.
Well, I don't see a difference between hip hop and garage. I just call it young people getting paid for their skills, man. The drum beat might be a bit faster, but when you listen to what Little John's doing and what Timberland's doing and what everybody else is doing, they're faster beats. Twister's basically what you might call the best garage MC because he's spitting at the same speed that Dizzy and all them people, you know, all the, you know, the top guns are spitting now in garage. He's doing the same thing, except that he's doing it over rap and they classify what he's doing as hip hop. But really and truthfully, he's running it at the same tempo as what these two-step garage MCs are doing. And he's very respected for it, so why can't those garage MCs be respected in the same vein?
What the grind boys are really dying for is respect from the hip hop audience. We think that they don't want it. We think, but they want it. That's why most of them are rapping, because they want the respect. They know that we don't respect them. They know that we think, nah, I can't relate to. Yeah, I can't relate to this, man.
There's no difference between garage and hip hop. What you're hearing today in the underground grime scene is basically British hip hop.
We've got to be able to like, all right, let's work, let's do a tune together, bro.
It's all about selling records, innit? And if you're gonna sell records doing hip hop, then do that. If you're gonna sell records doing garage, then do that.
I'm just doing music. Can I just do music? And with this label as UK music, I think we'll be alright.
Even though like I love the rap game and all that, yeah, but it's like another way to get paper, innit? Right about now, we're just cutting our change from garage, so I can't see us leaving for now, but you might see us do a little hip-hop thing.
I'm seeing that scene there has got the money, because you know what that's got, what we ain't got in hip-hop? They got the youths. And the youths will go and buy your team.
The kids nowadays, they're not rapping in American accents. They've got no hint of Tupac. Like, you know, the academics, their hat to the side with mad patterns on it, trainers with the mad hoops. Like, they've all got the same dress code.
Them man there can sell 10,000. Where right now, if you do a good underground hip hop tune, most of them are selling 500, bro, maximum. Well, you know what? What's going on in garage? I think I can create that with hip hop, and I think hip hop's gonna be more of a universal thing.
Yeah, it's just a different sound, isn't it? The same thing, really. That's what I think. Like Americans, they got the dirty South sound. They got like the New York kind of sounding thing. You got the West Coast.
Just in New York alone, it's such a big melting pot. You got dudes from down south, dudes from Jamaica, Trinidad, Canada, all over the world, right there in New York City. We understand all types of dialects, and everybody that's speaking, we understand, we communicate perfectly. So I think it's just another accent for them to take those. It should be nothing. You know what I'm saying? Just like West Coast or the South, you know, the niggas come speak, start running with their slang. You know what I'm saying? So I come over there, start calling niggas neeks and cheeks and fucking wanker. I'm on it. I'm calling niggas neef ass cheeks and your bloody wanker. You know what I'm saying?
Just listen to the beat alone, and you know them guys, they got a similar sound. Like, we must all just feel the same thing. You know what I mean? It must be just energy. If it's not, but I just reckon they come and nicked it off us, and we just need to just do our own thing and go and show them that, alright, on our own thing, then come and play around and see if you win. Because you won't, I'll tell you that now.
Garage kicked hip hop into gear, UK hip hop into gear. That's what it did. Yeah, because the UK hip hop knew that they had more skills, but they couldn't get signed for love nor money because they had their chance.
Because it's two different scenes, like only the people who are open-minded from our scene and open-minded from your scene will merge first. Because obviously there's people in that scene who say da da da, and there's people in this scene who say da da da. But when they're both open-minded, they will all merge. But I'm not going to be last to merge, so I'll see everyone when they merge.
Back in the day, even 3 years ago, 2 years ago, you talk to me about collaboration, man, look at you like you're sick.
It's about collabos as well, because then it can show your versatility, you get me? And you have to be versatile in this game. This can't be coming and just saying, I'm a garage MC. No, I'm not a garage MC. Cut that. You get me? I'm an artist.
The way I see it developing is that it's all going to become one. This kind of garage sound that's there will become closer and closer to hip hop, and then eventually it will all just merge into one sound that's coming out of this country.
You've got to not be snobs, number one. Yeah, because there are so many snobs out there. For me to convince so many of the artists that I work with, you know what, yeah, why don't you try doing this kind of stuff? Why don't you try working with this man?
Yeah, but they won't let us do that. Hip hop won't let that, because hip hop will be like, no. You know what I mean? Hip hop will turn it down. So you will never get that combination to say, well, alright, we're all under the same roof. You know that way then? Their man will be like, no, we do our thing, this is how we do it, and they're doing their thing, and it sounds like that.
No, and I've got crazy tracks like Blemish and Bruiser, Blemish working with Terror Danger. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mad collaborations, garage producer, and a hip hop man. That's what it's got to be about. It's not all about just one kick drum and snare and a sample. Come on, man, throw some shit into it. Throw like some excitement into it.
You need competition in any sport. Rap is a sport, don't get confused. So everybody needs to be doing something similar. They don't have to be doing the same thing. It's about being original. At the same time, we need to be on the same page so there's room for comparison, and that's how you generate a business. There's a great opportunity for people, if you are focused in this country, to create a market and show people how it is done. And without unity, we have no economy.
Play your position. You ain't looking to do shit, so why you switching? Stop talking and listen. I don't give a fuck if you pack it. I'll take the knife from the mom's kitchen.
Now, does that sound like grime or hip hop? You see what I'm saying? Kano, all of them, they can rap. They're good. He is good down that whole verse. If I play it to you, I just had to chop it. Yeah, it's a heavy verse. It's a heavy verse. So like, they're emerging, man.
It's time for us to blow, boys. To spit it to rap. Man, just bringing you the real shit. Something you can feel shit. Truth is what I deal with. Like Rad Rex, the new click, painted pictures with acoustics. Just like a film script. From my life to road life. From real life to rap life. It's our time, boys. If you shine and I shine, we all shine. We all shine.